Our initial thoughts on being an American were that you live in this country freely, you have rights, and you are part of America. We also thought that some people get chances that make their lives easier, but others have to work for it.
We think at times some events in America are unjust, but some are just taken out of context and seen as unjust as well. But we were unsure on what others thought about America and what happens in America.
So we interviewed a few people, some of them being from America and others not.
When asked if they thought you had to work, they said this.
Yeah, being lazy doesn't get you anywhere. It really doesn't. Even if you do work your hardest, though, it sometimes won't even pay out and give you really good things in the end, honestly. You can do a really kicking job and still be getting minimum wage for it.
So, I think probably the general population in the United States does have to work hard to support their lifestyle and to live in the U.S., but there are probably many, people in the U.S. that don't have to.
If you want to get, like nice things and stuff like that, then yes, I do think that you have to work hard in America. It's also really easy as well to get a good job as well if you have a good education. Yeah.
In a general sense, I would say yes. One must work hard to live in America. If you want to have shelter, clothing, food, raise a family, etc., etc., etc. Everyone kind of needs those things to live. So there are variations of what that means, though. What does shelter mean to one? It might mean a house, might mean an apartment, might mean a tent on the sidewalk. So it just depends on what that definition is for somebody. The other definition is what is work to somebody, and what is hard work. So there's a lot of things going on in that question. But I'd say in a general sense, yes, you have to work hard to live in America in a general sense.
I think that if you work hard, you're going to get ahead. Do I think you should work hard? Yes. Do you need to? It seems like the government gives you money for doing nothing.
Everyone had agreed that you don't really need to work hard to live in America, but if you want to go farther and chase your dream, you should work hard. This correlates with the quote that we just showed from The Great Gatsby, written by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Gatsby had seen the green light, and it was his dream, and he was striving to achieve that dream. He was reaching out for that.
When asking Will and how they liked living in America and how success was defined in America, they responded with,
No, I hate it. I want to be a communistic society. No, I like it. It's pretty nice. Everything's been going to a heckin' handbasket pretty recently, but it's not so bad. I'm still enjoying America over here. It's a nice place. Especially with the whole minimum wage going up and stuff like that. I'm enjoying it. By standards, it's definitely your wealth. Definitely your wealth. Like, you could be a downright honest person and be homeless, or you can just be a total liar and be like super successful and wealthy. And I think being the whole wealthy and rich is more accustomed towards America.
They both agreed that money is how success is defined in America, which we expected.
We then asked them about the American dream, and this was their response.
To me, the American dream is being able to live the life and that you want. Some people don't want a giant house. Some people don't want, the 2.5 kids and, that whole situation, a 9-to-5, business job where you wear a suit or anything like that. So that's not everybody's dream. And so to me, the American dream is being able to, do the things in your life that are of the most importance to you, whether that's, working in a specific career path or doing specific volunteer work or a specific hobby that you like to do when you're not at work, being able to do those things with the people, with the people that you love and that you want to do those things with.
Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, right? That's something you've probably heard before. It's not a guarantee of happiness, but that's the pursuit of happiness, right? That is a part of the American dream.
Well, not being an American, the American dream, I never really thought about it, but I think most people think the American dream is that they can get ahead and they can have freedom and they can own their own home sometime.
Okay, so coming from another country, I always thought that the American dream was you lived in a big house, it was sunny, you drove a big convertible, palm trees, and kind of like life was of a movie star celebrity. That's really how life is portrayed to pretty much the rest of the world. Yeah.
Everyone thought that the American dream was about having nice things, but in reality, you can't get them free depending on your situation. You have to work for them, but the general idea of all of them was the same.
We then asked them if people should know basic English to live in America, to make their lives easier.
Basic English in America. Definitely that's going to have to be a yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that everybody should know basic English to be able to communicate with people. This is an mainly English spoken country, and so I think that you should know at least some basic English so that you can communicate with people.
In a practical sense, yes, right? Can one survive and live in America without knowing English? Yes, you can. It will limit you, though, to certain layers of society, right? I think from a practical standpoint, learning English would benefit the individual. It would be easier for that individual to operate in the country.
They all agreed, except for Bree, who had this to say.
I don't think you should have to know basic English to live in America. We're a country of immigrants, and we've been a country of immigrants since the country really kind of started. And so, I think it's incredibly difficult to learn a language, especially if you're, in your 30s or 40s or 50s or older. Learning a language isn't an easy thing to do. And so, if people have, been in the U.S. and are only able to pick up a couple words or this or that, whatever they're able to do is, frankly, good enough in my mind.
After that, we thought we should ask them about the opportunities in America. And they all had a similar idea, which was this.
On paper, yes. I think because there is prejudice and there is injustice, not always is that the case.
In the book Into the Wild by John Krakauer, Alex goes on his journey to achieve his dream. When he was having trouble, he felt strong, and that is what mattered to him. While people may not have as many opportunities if they feel empowered, they usually don't mind as much. We believe Americans should be proud of themselves, no matter who they are.
Or where they are from. We had two people who were not from America, Curtis and Alexis, one from Canada and one from England. We asked them both about how long they had lived in America and what their opinion on it was from an un-American point of view, and they said this.
I moved here in 1982, so that is 36 years I've lived in America.
I have lived in this country for over 28 years now. My viewpoint on this country is that people are very wasteful. They're very wasteful. They're very big into consumer spending, and rather than trying to repair something, they'll just throw whatever is broken away, which ends up in the landfill, and buy something new.
I wish that some of the social injustice things that happen in America I would think that American people should treat each other more kindly, and I wish there was more justice.
So we had come to a conclusion.
Our conclusion was that the American dream for most is the fancy life, and it's portrayed as that for non-Americans as well, especially outside of the US. While to live in America, you see what it actually is. It's just to live how you want. Well, living in America, you don't really need to work hard, but if you want to achieve your dreams, sometimes you do. And depending on your social status or what life gives you, that can be easy or hard work to get there. Such factors could depend on if you speak basic English or not, and your race. There are still many injustices in America, and they should be fixed. But it is a good thing there are not as many as there used to be. We still believe the American dream is attainable, but for some it may be near impossible to reach. But we also believe that you should strive and work for your life, because living how you want is the dream.